What up, what up? Let's go, Rocket League Saturday night. How's everybody doing? Just Rocket Jams, baby. Rocket Jams. Let's make sure the fucking mic ain't muted. I'm gonna have fucking trauma forever from that first stream that I did with microphone turned off. Oh man. Yeah, it's just... Hey, Bubbles! Bubbles! What's up, Bubbles? Why does it put the comments over there, though? Because now it's my face cam is blocking it. They had the comments before on the other side. Unless it was just saying Bubbles' name. What's up, Bubbles? How you doing tonight? I don't know what's happening here. I'm pressing buttons all over the place. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move my... I'm gonna have to move this here. Hold on here. Let's see. One second here. Bear with me here, 1 minute. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put it up on my phone. That way I can see your messages. Apologize about that. I know before Bubbles I put my seems like wherever I put my face cam it just gives me a hard time. Let's see here. There we go. Let's pull the old phone up. There we go. That's better. Alright, now I can see messages on there. That's a million times better. Okay. Da 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 da. Alright, let's do a little 3v3. Estadio Beta. Is this a newer one? Not sure if it's a newer one or not. It looks a little newer. Alright, let's get it. How you doing, Bubbles? You doing good? Oh my god. There we go. Oh my god. Woo! Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Blue. Mike Alt. That's the name of the guy that was like the original composer of all the Rocket League music that I was trying to remember his name last week whenever I was playing. I was like, his name's Mike something. And I'm like, his name's Mike something. Yeah, I'm like, he did like 80% of the original Rocket League music. Yeah, Mike Alt. Nope. Got a no return run. How'd that go? Last one I did was the Lev one. Needed to decompress after that. Oh! Get him out of there. I should have put that more on net. Hey! There we go. Angel Wings. I might do a no return run tonight, Bubbles. I might. We'll see how this goes. I still got Lev, Manny, and Mel to do. I saw that Dina's the daily run character. Which I like Dina. I thought Dina was really fun. And once you like understand her playstyle, you don't try to like use her like you use like a lot of the other characters. Like she's really like a lot of what I recognize her was like a lot of like plant and then run, because she gets all those cool recipes right off the jump. You don't like go and like into battle with her like running in there like running and gunning. Dead second encounter. Being stupid. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I hear you. I know all about that. Doing some dumb stuff and going down in like the early encounter. Did you do a daily run or did you do just like a normal custom run? Or standard run? What are you doing, dude? There we go. No juice. Get in there. See, I didn't want to charge the net. Fuck. Oh, no. That's not good. That looked dangerous off the hit. Normal Abby. Yeah. I had some very... I mean, you saw the Abby ones. The Abby ones were, like, for the most part, like, I had a hard time, which sucks because Abby feels so OP with, like, the melee stuff, and then obviously, like, you know, she can be as good with the guns as you want her to be, as good as your aim is. And then I had so many early exits with Abby that it was really frustrating me. Like the Abby exits were so, like the most frustrating I think out of every character I've done. That was bad. That was bad. Yeah, but the Abby ones are frustrating. Because you just expect her to just go in there and just annihilate everybody, and you have an early like bounce, and it sucks. Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, the semi-auto. You get like all of her features like strike, momentum, and all that good stuff. She's an absolute tank. No juice to finish the job. No juice. No juice. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I hear you. Abby's, she's just fun to play as. I think a lot of my shit was just bad luck and poor execution on my part. That's the thing too, Bubbles. I don't know if you realize, like, that's the thing about No Return. Like, you can play on normal, and you can just make a dumb mistake, and that's it. You're cooked. You're done. It's just... It doesn't matter what skill level you're playing on. You get yourself in a stupid predicament, and it's a wrap. Oh, good save. Oh. Yeah, I never upgrade the 4x scope. I just never, like, put any type of, like, value into that. Get in there. I never put a lot of value or stock into that. I don't know why. I think just because I don't typically feel like I'm, like, sitting back far enough to where I need to, like, aim that far out to, like, make an impact. Typically, it's just a lot of, like, short, like, close range, like, medium range combat. So I never upgrade that, but that's interesting to, like, at least try it and just do something different. Woo! But yeah, that sucks to hear about that. You get, like, a bad, like, early encounter. It just feels so bad. I didn't even put this up. I'll just say it. I didn't put it up on the channel because it was so fucking horrible. There was a daily Tommy run like a week ago. I died in the first encounter playing Hunted at the supermarket. It was so horrific. I left it. I left it. Uh-oh. Good block. Yeah, it's not a bad like plan of attack, creating distance. I think that like the biggest, like the most trouble you get into in No Return is whenever you're up close and personal and you're all of a sudden you're getting swarmed. You just got people like on every side of you, and it's just Yeah, you just get swarmed, and then you're overwhelmed, and then you can't escape, and it's... All of a sudden, it turns into no return. You're not returning. You're done. Your run's over, buddy. That's the way it typically goes. Wow, that was a great hit. It was a great hit. Played it to him. Oh, buddy, that's me. Oh no, that's me on the goal cam, looking like a fucking clown. Oh, dude, you know how I feel about hunted on the first encounter. I don't like it. I just feel like you're set up for disaster. It's not good. You go into hunted and like they're swarming you and you have like no ammunition, especially like if you're some characters that like off the jump like don't like carry a lot of ammunition. Like if I'm thinking of like Dina, who's someone else that doesn't have a lot of ammo right off the jump? Yara doesn't have a lot, but I mean Yara at least has Lev. I don't know, man. Some characters like they just start right off the bat with like 3 or 4 rounds and like a health pack, and you're getting hunted, and it can be tough depending on what map you're on. I for whatever reason, I feel like my biggest kryptonite is hunted off the jump. It's supermarket where there's nowhere to really run to, and it's hard to even like loop. Like if you're like at like the hardware store, you can at least like loop the fucking map and lose people, right? Because it's such a big map. It's supermarket, you can't do that. I mean, yeah, oh dude. Yeah. The hunted's right off the bat. I don't like them. Bad shit happens. It's just, I don't like it. It's my least favorite thing. Give me like a solid like assault right off the bat at the TV station or I don't know, the gas station. You know what I mean? Like, just give me like one of those, and it's really that's where I prefer it to be. An assault at like an easy place right off the bat. Ah, get in there! No, not enough juice. No, oh no. Oh no! There we go. I was gonna say that was coming close to falling. Nope. Ah. Good job. I didn't see it, but great job. Oh, dude. Yeah, infected on like, I'd rather take a human enemy on hunted than the infected. The infected can be so. Again, it's map dependent as like you get into a later encounter. First encounter where you have next to no ammo, and depending on what the map is, good shot. It's tough. Like I don't mind a hunted whenever you're like in the 3rd or 4th encounter and you actually have like build up like ammunition, you know, your upgrades. You can add like a shotgun or you can add like a rifle to your arsenal. When you're getting it right off the bat, it sucks ass. I hate it. And there's never a good encounter for holdout. I feel like I've done like 3 or 4 holdouts. There's no situation where like I prefer a holdout ever, just because you use so much ammunition and then like you're responsible for somebody else. It's really tough. Oh my god, yeah, you need a shotgun. You absolutely have to get the shotgun. As far as I'm concerned, to get anywhere on, to be like effective against the boss, like you have to get a shotgun. I don't know. Shotgun, and I prefer actually like it's like something that's like not like a weapon that you actually put stock into getting is like a holster. Just saves you like time. It's like an efficiency gain whenever you get to a boss or further on in your encounters. You can just switch over instead of holding square down. And I've been saying this recently in the videos, and I truly feel this. The 5th encounters have been so brutal recently. And I know it's not like, oh my god, something's changed, like they've done something to make the 5th encounters brutal. It's not that. The 5th encounters, I swear to god, are just like full-blown meant to like deplete your ammunition or just put you in a stupid fucking scenario that's gonna like make it a lot harder to get to the boss. That one I had on the Tommy live stream last week, where it was assault at the TV station. Dude, it was so fucking bad. I never saw this mod before in like a month and a half of No Return. There's like a time limit mod, and the first one, okay, not that bad. The second one, okay, not that bad. The third one was 30 seconds, and then I got myself caught into a stupid scenario. Like, it's my fault, like, how I died. But, like, it was because I was rushing because of the 30-second, like, third wave. Here comes a backflip. Watch this shit. Get in there. Usually that doesn't work out like that for me. I just felt it. And that also was knocked in by the other team. Oh, dude. I hate the photo mode filter. There's the one that's not like that bad, where it almost makes it look more like animated, and it's you know, it's whatever. Like, it hardly like alters like the effect of like your screen. But then there's the one that like makes it black and white and shit. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that all up. That one sucks. Invisible enemies I've done one time. It sucked, and I didn't even realize it was invisible enemies until I was in it. And I'm like, why the fuck can't I see the enemy? And I agree with you, Bubbles. When it locks up the long gun, that's bad. I've seen like I've seen like the worst possible scenario of that. It was a Yara run, and Lev was with me, and long gun's taken away, and I didn't realize it until someone pointed it out in the comments. They're like, Lev lost his bow because of the long gun mod. Which I didn't even realize that. I didn't even consider that. Like, oh, Lev was affected by that as well. So, yeah, long gun sucked. I had one recently. It was like a 4th or 5th encounter. And, it was like late. It was late in the run, the mod was like, it took your long gun away. But it gave me like Joel. It must have been when I was with Tommy. And I think I like weighed the two out, and it was like, Joel was with us, but it took away our long guns. And it's like, I'm like, all I got's a pistol that's like outside of my long gun. I'm like, I can't do that. Like, I got a sniper, I got a flamethrower, I got a shotgun, I got a crossbow. Like, I can't like take that mod. Like, I'm gonna have to pick the other encounter. So, yeah, I don't know. Come on, Keeper, what are you doing? Oh. Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, you can go into like every encounter like thinking you have like the game plan down, and then it's just you screw up. That one I just did with Lev. I've never gone into a boss fight more equipped than I did with the Lev one, and I died because I fucked up and I got screwed by a stupid trap mine that I planted. You know, that's what when it comes down to it, like that. You can't, you know, you can plan as much as you want. And again, that's why it's so fun though, is because it's so random. Like, you can do like the same encounter like back to back, and all they do is like change the enemy, change the mod, and it's like a completely different experience. It's, you know, that again, that's why it's good, right? It's never the same thing over and over again. Like, it's not like, oh, I've done this a million times. Like, I know what these infected are going to do here, and I know what they're going to do there, and it's going to be easy. Like, it's random. It is the definition of randomized. Every encounter you play, every run you play, doesn't matter. All they got to do is throw a different mod in there or a different enemy. You know, maybe they even give you like a companion on one, and like you like feel like more secure, and then all of a sudden you let your guard down and you get fucked. It's, you know, again, that's why it's good though. Like, that's why I like it. It's because it's so random. Like, you might get like pissed off in a moment, but it's all good. It's for a good reason, right? Did you? Was it your first time playing it? It's a good story. I don't know if that's even close. Absolutely not. Yeah, I'm curious what you think. I don't know if this was your first time playing it or if this is like a rerun. Ah, first time. Yeah, what'd you think? Did you like it? What would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10? An 8. That's literally the same score I would give it. Is an 8, yeah. Where I think like 1 is a 10. I think 2 is an 8. I think like in a vacuum, right? There's no Last of Us Part 1 that exists. Oh god. Oh god. Clear it. If the Last of Us Part 1 doesn't exist, you know, you're like singing the praises of this game, right? Like, this game's fucking phenomenal, right? And there's nothing to sneeze at an 8 out of 10 for a game. That's a great score. Again, I gave that game the same score. I think The Last of Us Part 1's a 10, and I think that the reason that, like, people, it's tough is that it's just what it's compared to, right? It's compared to The Last of Us Part 1, and that's a perfect, flawless 10 out of 10 video game. So naturally, like, you know, pales in comparison to it a little bit, just because of like what it's compared to. Like, if you ever watched True Detective and you just came off like a recent season of True Detective and it has like the same issue, and like the first season of True Detective is like one of the best seasons of television I've ever seen in my life, and oh boy, they've not been able to replicate it ever since. And it's almost to the point where they just need to like shed the title of True Detective, because it's just setting them up for disaster. And I think The Last of Us Part 2 is way better than any sequel to the True Detective series. It's really what it is though. Like, it's compared to like the OG, the unique original, and it's just impossible to ever compare to it, right? So I agree with you. An 8 out of 10 is a solid score. Yeah, I mean, that part sucks, man. I agree with you. The first time I played that, I had a really hard time with it. Like, I even thought that he, like, wasn't, like, until Ellie was at the graveyard, at the cemetery, like, after that with Dina. I'm like, okay, like, he still held on. There's, like, this, like, little teeny tiny bit of hope that he's alive, and like he's gonna get vengeance, and he's gonna just gather his strength, and he's gonna like attack later in the game. But then whenever they went to the cemetery, I was like, fuck, well, I guess not. I guess he's dead. So that sucked. Yeah, I agree with you. Look, I hated her through the whole first part of her playthrough, the first time playing. I hated her for a long fucking time. It's in Ellie's playthrough. Could not stand. I'm like, this person's a villain. She's heinous. She's evil. And then it switches over to her, and I'm like, well, I mean, I get why she did what she did. I don't think any rational human being would not understand why she did what she did. She did the same thing that Joel or Ellie would do, right? Like, she sought revenge because someone she loved was taken from her. Her dad. Literally her dad. Like, she was like a teenage kid and her dad was taken away from her. You know, who's to fault her or blame her? I mean, completely get why she did what she did. I hate how early in the game he went. That was my big thing. I hate how early he went. He was there for like a cup of coffee and that was it. He was gone. Yeah, I mean, that's how they paint it, right? It just keeps going over and over and over again. You know, I mean, they do harp on like revenge is bad, revenge is bad, revenge is bad. Like I mean, it does almost feel like you're in a classroom and they keep like teaching the same thing over and over again. Revenge is bad. It's like, okay, we know, like we get what you're throwing down here. Again, I don't want to harp too much on it because like in general, I do think it's a really fucking good game. No! How do you fuck that up, man? Uh-oh, he didn't fuck that one up. I do think it's a really good game. Yeah. Nah, no doubt. Well, I mean, my thing, and I always thought this, like, ever since I watched, like, really, like, the great shows that I've always liked and enjoyed, like Game of Thrones, like early Game of Thrones or whatever. Get in there, motherfucker. Nope. If you make a decision and it has a consequence and it fucks you in a harsh world like a Game of Thrones or a Breaking Bad, or, you know, if you ever watched like Boardwalk Empire or The Sopranos or any show that just holds their characters responsible for the decisions that they make, I'm always okay. I'm okay with a death as long as it makes sense, right? As long as like the consequence is, you know, warrants like the action that led to the consequence. Joel's action warrants the consequence, right? He took someone's father away from them, and that person took it to heart, and they hunted him down. So I don't have a problem with it, you know. I don't have a problem with what happened because it just, you know, in that world, eventually that's just got to catch up to you, right? I hate how early in the game it happened. That was my biggest takeaway, I think. Like if I'm thinking back, like I've played that game so many times. I've probably played the story 10, 12 times. If I'm thinking about like raw in the moment, first time playing that game, the thing that made me the most mad was just like how early he died. I figured he was going to die whenever they made the announcement before the game came out. And this is like a couple years before the game came out. This ain't like, you know, 1 week before the game came out, they're talking about this. Like, we knew that it was going to switch over to Ellie as the main POV. And whenever it was switching over to Ellie as the main POV, I'm like, well, Joel's going to die. There's no denying that. Joel's going to die. And it's gonna happen because like he is at this point now expendable because he's not the main character. And I knew going into it, I'm like, Joel is gonna die. Like, I'll bet money on it. But I thought he would have died at the end of the fucking game. I didn't think he was gonna die like 2 fucking hours into the game. Like, I didn't think that was gonna happen. And that was the big thing that like I was annoyed at. But I thought he did a pretty decent job working him into flashbacks. Particularly Ellie's day 2, whenever they find the guitar strings and you fight alongside Joel again, right? Like the birthday party thing was funny. I thought that was really good. The one I liked the most was finding strings in day 2 because, get on your horse! Ah! There we go. Just because like you're legitimately like side by side with Joel in moments of like combat that you don't see in her day 1 flashback for her birthday at the museum, and then day 3 flashbacks just like super quick. So dude, yeah, he got killed so quick. In like I hated it. I like saw him and I'm like, this man now has like a fucking like touch of gray to his hair that just he looks like a silver fox. Like I'm like taking in like Joel's Last of Us Part 2 appearance, and I'm like, fuck, like he looks good. Hey, oh my god, that was about to be so nice. And then before you know it, y'all look like you heard of us or something. Well, we have, and it's a wrap. Okay, cool. It's over. So yeah, I agree. I wish they would have found a way to like make it later in the game to where like the thing that they initially showed in that trailer where ultimately it's Jesse grabbing Ellie's shoulder and says, do you think I'd let you do this on your own? Like they initially in the trailer, and this is what people got pissed about, and I remember seeing this in the trailer, it was Joel that said that, and they showed Joel there. Like I wish they found a way to make that the thing that happened. I'm okay with it being Ellie's like story. I'm okay with like Joel not being the lead anymore. Like I wish they would have found a way to make Joel like accompany Ellie on her journey, and if he dies at the end of it, then so be it. But like goddamn man, 2 hours into the fucking game, it just sucked. I hate it. But at the same time I get it. Right? Like Ellie's journey is so fucking long, and the thing that people are gonna complain about there is that Abby's story being so long is what forced their hand to make Joel's death so early in the game, because Abby's story is as long as Ellie's story, and that's a whole different topic, you know. Oh dude, it sucked, man. I remember like watching it happen, and I just was like, I kept thinking that this is fake, this is bullshit, he's somehow alive, like there's no fucking way that, I mean, it stayed with me for a long fucking time. And then when I had to come, I remember like having to like force myself again when Dina and Ellie were at the cemetery. I'm like, dude, he ain't coming back. Like he's not sitting in a room somewhere in a coma, and he's just gonna like come out in the 8th inning, you know, like the fucking Undertaker, and he's just gonna like start like dropping people like he did in the Winter chapter in Part 1. Whenever he like finally like woke up and was okay to carry on, like that's not gonna happen here. And that realization and having to come to terms with that, like that took me a while. It fucking sucked. And I carried that for a long time. And that's why I think Part 2 was really good in Ellie's chapter. Because Ellie's chapters have purpose. Like, you know what like the objective is. You know what the goal and the direction is. Like, you're going to Seattle to find the WLF crew that did what they did to Joel. And then the switch over to Abby was tough because her story's just... It lacks like that direction when you switch over to her. Like, you don't have that. You just don't have that. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, if you're experiencing both of those for the first time, like right off the bat, that's insane. That's crazy. You know, you're experiencing. It's like you're watching like a hot like Netflix show with the first 2 seasons already completely released to you, where you just have like all 20 episodes available to you, and you can just binge them at like your leisure. Yeah, that's like what it is. Oh! But yeah, nah, it's just... I don't know. That was my big thing. Again, I don't have a problem with, like, them, like, him dying because of how he, like, the decisions he made. I'm okay with that in any story. Get it? Oh, you fucking idiot! Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me, dude? I had a fucking straight shot at that. Easy layup goal, and this guy just absolutely cock-blocked me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoop! That's some Rocket League shit right there, buddy. That's some Rocket League shit right there. That's some fucking just thoroughbred Rocket League shit. Oh! Let's go! We're back. We're not done. Oh, dude. I mean, he just like, you can't like help but not like the guy. He has to be like one of the most like just like highly like when in regards to like approval rating for like a video game protagonist, he's got to have one of the highest approval ratings ever. insanely high approval rating. Who wants to finish that shit? Dude, oh my god, my team sucks ass. Work it to the corner. Yeah, his approval rating, like, you just can't help but feel for the fucking guy. It's such a great story. I don't know, too, like, there's always, you gotta remember, too, like, Bruce Straley was also, like, part of, like, writing the story for part 1, and he's not involved in part 2, and that part's so, like, weird and mysterious to me. His, like, lack of involvement in part 2 because he left Naughty Dog. I don't know how much that had to do with, like, the story where, like, Druckmann completely takes over. And look, I like Druckmann. He gets so much, like, insane fucking hate. And I kind of feel bad for the guy, because like I said before, like, he can't, like, he literally, like, cannot, like, send out a tweet without having to fucking mute the comment section because of all the shit from part 2. I don't know how much Bruce Straley leaving Naughty Dog had to do with, like, the story. But overall, Bubbles, like I said, like, in regards to the story, it is, like, an 8 out of 10. And in a vacuum, it's a phenomenal story that no one's going to really complain about if there wasn't a part 1 predecessor to it that was one of the best narrative stories of all time in video games. It just... I'm going to try not to fuck this up. Oh, we're losing. I can't really fuck it up because we're fucking down a goal. You idiot. Shoot her! Alright. Oh, dude, everyone was so mad. Yeah. I mean, if you watched the Grounded 2, did you upgrade the Part 2 remaster? If you did, it doesn't even matter if you did. If you did, you can watch it on the main menu. If not, just watch it on their YouTube channel. It's called Grounded 2. It's just the making of The Last of Us Part 2. And it shows you, like, a 2-hour process of, like the inception of part 2 all the way to, like, the delivery of the game and all the crazy shit that happened with the leaks and everything in between then. Highly recommend watching that. It's so fucking good. And you just get so much more context and insight. And I liked Druckmann before it, but you can't help but watch that and feel you can't help but feel, like, bad for the guy. Like, it's also too, like, I feel like if you don't... I'm talking, obviously, as someone that doesn't make video games. I'm just a consumer. An idiot consumer. Can't you imagine, like, making something and working that hard on it for a number of years, and all of the sudden, someone leaks everything, and then it's completely out there, and then everyone, before the game's even out, hates your fucking game. Like, again, regardless of what you feel about Druckmann, just think about that for a second. Like... You put your, like, fucking heart and soul. That's why you gotta send someone to the center line, boys. Regardless how you feel about the guy, he put his, like, blood, sweat, and tears into this fucking game and this story. And before it comes out, it gets leaked, like, the big thing that happens. And then before it's even out, before anyone has a chance to, like, form their own opinion. Again, you idiots! You gotta send somebody to contest the ball. Before, like, anyone has a chance to even, like, get their own opinion on it and play it, people hate it. They automatically fucking hate it. I can't imagine. And you see, too, like, all the hours they put into it and all the crunch and everything like that. Did I just fucking do it again? You boys better forfeit. You boys better fucking forfeit, because that's bad. I can't imagine how fucking frustrating that is. Again, you're putting... These guys can't be trying to win. I can't imagine how frustrating that is, putting that much work into something. Blood, sweat, tears, overtime, all the extra hours, all the crunch, all that bullshit. And then it's spoiled before it fucking comes out. And everyone knows the big thing that fucking happens in the beginning of the game. And then everyone hates it before the game's even released. I can't imagine how frustrating that is. Like, you have, again, regardless where you fall, about liking it, disliking it, the thing with Joel, that, like, you have to, like, you have to understand that sucks so bad. I can't even imagine how infuriating that is. Oh, there'll be a part 3. Oh, no doubt. At the end of, not to spoil anything because it was all over the place, and now that you've played the second game, he says at the end of Grounded 2, he says, Druckmann, that after all these years, you know, he is now, he has come up with the concept of a part 3, right? That ties together 1 and 2 and now making a 3. All right. Now, I don't think that he, all of a sudden, like, he's now like, oh, man, you know, I think there's going to be a part 3. This guy's known all along there's going to be a part 3. I mean, come on. First and foremost, I still think there's a story to be told. Check out the Last of Us Part 3 video I made. There's still a story to be told, first and foremost. That's the most important thing. There's still a story to be told. Second of all, look at what The Last of Us has turned into with the TV show. This franchise is such a fucking juggernaut and a money cow. Do you really think that he's not going to make a part 3? I can't see it happening. I just can't see it. I can't see it not happening is what I meant to say. They're going to make a part 3. There's still a story to be told, and it's a money cow. It's going to happen. And it's going to involve Ellie, and I think it'll involve Abby to an extent. But I do still think that Ellie is the main character. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Bubbles. Like, I can't even... That's crazy town. Like, I just can't even... Like, I can't for the life of me, like... That's like... Like, if I go to work and, like, something doesn't go my way or something goofy happens, like, okay, whatever. These people go to work and someone unravels, like, something like that they've been working on for, like, 4 years. Like, imagine working on something for, like, 4 years and some, like, asshole spoils it because they're trying to blackmail you into, like, releasing the game earlier. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? That's like a different level of mad that I just can't even comprehend. I can't comprehend it. Can't even comprehend it. Oh, baby. What do you mean? What do you mean she still has 2 mentor relationships? You mean Ellie? Or Abby? Goal. Goal. Nope, too high. You motherfucker. Oh. No, you're good. Ellie. Yeah, I think Ellie's still in it. Again, people are like, Ellie's story could just end. Like, okay, like, what the fuck am I doing? The goal's not in the corner, you numbskull. I think Ellie's still in it. I think, and here's why. And I said this in the part 3 prediction video. I think the Fireflies come back into play in The Last of Us Part 3. And I think that they're going to get wind of Ellie. That's in. I think they get wind of Ellie, and I think they get it not by Abby, but I think they get it at Abby's base at Catalina Island, and I think that puts Abby in a goofy situation because Abby doesn't want to be involved with this anymore, and has like at least a little bit of respect for Ellie because Ellie did ultimately save her and Lev, even though she tried to kill her. She did let her go, and Abby and Lev would have died there, and I think that they get wind of that. I really do, and I think that that's what brings Ellie into the mix, is the Fireflies getting wind of where she's at, and I think that they try to like finish the job basically, and I don't think that anymore they do it for like good means. Like apparently they were trying to do it Salt Lake City, right? We want to do it to like, you know, procure a vaccine to like save people. I think that they do it for power. For power purposes. We're going to get this vaccine, or we're going to hoard this vaccine, and we're going to do it so we have power, right? That's what I think is going to happen. And I think Abby's going to get wind of that and was like, hey, look, whenever the Firefly faction that my dad was a part of and Marlene was a part of, whenever they were trying to procure this vaccine, it was for good fucking reasons, okay? There was a reason that Ellie was going to die, and it was to, like, save other people. You people now at Catalina Island, or wherever, I think you people are trying to fucking do it for power purposes. You're going to procure a vaccine, and then you're going to hoard it. You're not going to fucking save people. You're going to use it for power purposes, right? And I think that's going to make Abby act, and that's going to put Abby in a situation where she has to, you know, she's got to go and defend Ellie. It puts her in a position to say, like, I have to save Ellie. Like, I feel obligated to help her and save her because she saved me. That's where I'm at. They might, Bubbles. They very well might. Look, like I said, oh shit, oh shit. Oh my god. I think the Fireflies are in the next game. I don't think it's a coincidence that Abby's going there. And I know they try to make it seem all like well and good. Wow, excuse me. This is bad. Oh shit. But I think the Fireflies are going to get super greedy, super selfish. They're dwindled down now as a group. I think they're going to get wind of Ellie, and I think they're going to know that Abby is a portal to Ellie, like fucking Spyro back in the day, some Insomniac Games version of Spyro. Abby is the portal that takes the Fireflies to Ellie, and they can now take her either with her will or against her will. I think it's going to have to be, for it to be meaningful, be against her will. And they're going to make a vaccine for power. They're going to want it for power. And that's going to make Abby act. Abby's going to say, that is not what my dad and Marlene wanted to do. They did it for good fucking reasons, and you guys aren't. So now I got to fuck you guys up and save Ellie because she saved me. That's my thought. So, we'll find out. But I agree with you. I do think the Fireflies are involved. I think the Fireflies go after Ellie. And I think Abby's going to be thrown right into the middle of that shit, man. That's what I think. If you go to that part 3 video prediction, that's my call. That's what I think is going to happen. I did there's a Kind of Funny Games. You ever watch, like, Greg Miller? They have a podcast. Get in there, baby. Jesus, let's go. They did like a Last of Us Part 3 prediction podcast on their like PS like I love you XOXO the other day, and like you could like call into their like voicemail and like give your 60-second like elevator pitch of what you think's gonna happen in Part 3, and they would read through them. So I gave mine. Highly doubt it was on there. I didn't listen to it yet. I'm sure it's not on there, but I figured it was worth a shot. Roll the dice, see what happens. I feel confident about it. I think I'm wrong. Like, I don't think it's gonna fucking happen, but like I've thought that was going to happen now for this last, I would say at least 2 years. That's been like my like general like concrete like synopsis of what I think is gonna happen in The Last of Us Part 3. And it's not really changed, man. Like I keep thinking, like I feel good about it. Like I think that there's something along those lines is going to happen. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I think there's a good chance that could happen. I hope it's not completely right. That would be fucking boring if it was completely right. That would be suck. Hopefully there's some caveats there. Some new characters are going to be introduced, right? See what happens. Take the wheel. I know. Oh no! Oh my god. I am not a goalie. A goalie I am not. My man. Let's go. Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride. Play me, Jesus! Play me! Woo! Oh, that was dirty. That was dirty. That's how you play it in. All right, this is gonna be my last Rocket League game, and then we're gonna do a no return run. Why the fuck not? I need a quick, like a 5-minute intermission at most. 5 minutes at most. And we're gonna do a no return run. I got Lev, Tommy, Mel. I got to get over the finish line. Let me know what you think. I'm thinking like Lev or Tommy. I really don't want to do a Mel. Feel strongly about Lev or Tommy. Let me know. I know. I got to do it. It needs to be done. Come on to Rocket League, get a little warm up. It's just such a mindless, fun game, man. This game came out as a free game of the month on Xbox. Well, it would have been Xbox One. Summer 2015. Free game of the month. And goddamn, look what it turned into. What a beauty of a fucking game. Easy, mindless game. Fun as fuck to play. I've spent many an hours at the end of a long day just drinking a beer playing this or listening to a podcast or music or whatever your vice is. This game can just do it for you. So actually, that summer of 2015, a lot of classics came out. Rocket League, The Witcher 3, which is one of my favorite games of all time, came out in May of 2015. Until Dawn came out in August 2015, and then Life is Strange came out in summer 2015. That's a hell of a fucking window. It's a hell of a window. I mean, those are some fucking I mean, The Witcher 3 for me is the juggernaut of all those, with a lot of like great supporting games underneath it in Rocket League, Until Dawn, and then Life is Strange. I mean, that's a phenomenal like 4-month window. That's really good. Until Dawn's getting that remaster. Nope. Oh, I thought that was someone on the other team trying to blow me up. They're getting a remaster, I think, sometime in 2024. No. Oh, you almost had it, buddy. Tommy. All right, you got it. You got it, Bubbles. Tommy it is. Let's get out of here. And then, yeah, give me 7 minutes at most. And then, Tommy, no return. Let's fucking do it. All right, you got it. See you shortly.